Good morning, and good morning, Deputy Mayor. Now, Mr. Deputy Mayor, I was a little bit disappointed that in your opening speech you took the opportunity to do a bit of Brexit bashing, and you said that Brexit was having a negative impact on the economy. I would wholly disagree with that statement because despite Project Fear, which has been going on for 4 years now with people saying, oh, Brexit's going to lead to 3 million job losses, it's going to lead to the financial services industry collapsing, it's going to lead to people having to pay inordinate amounts more tax every year. None of those things have happened. And actually, Brexit has been fantastic for the nation, and it's been really, really good for the economy, particularly London's economy. We are booming in this city. Shouldn't you have been more positive about Brexit, or even just said nothing at all in your opening statement if you didn't agree with it? Because we are doing very, very well.
Well, what can I say? I mean, in last 3 years, I've spent speaking to businesses, big and small, from all different sectors, literally thousands of businesses that I've spoken to. Not one business that I've come across is excited about Brexit. Not one business.
Well, you're talking to different people than I'm talking to, obviously.
Yeah, I would love to meet the people you are meeting.
Sorry?
I mean, I don't know which people you're talking about, but the businesses that I speak to, and I speak to businesses of all sizes from all different sectors, none of them is excited about Brexit. On the contrary, they see Brexit as a big risk to the business. We've already seen sterling drop significantly. And it's a huge cause of concerns around attracting and retaining talent. We are fighting because this Brexit has caused huge damage to the reputation of this country and to the city. So that's why we are
Mr. Deputy Mayor,
we are fighting that.
I mean, Brexit hasn't caused any damage to the reputation of this country. In fact, it's enhanced the reputation of this country because we are going to be walking into freedom and prosperity, and we have the opportunities to create and do magnificent trade deals with countries around the world.
Last time I checked, we were already a free country.
Mr. Deputy Mayor,
Okay,
I'm sure you are aware of the wonderful visit by President Trump to this country this week, and that he's offered us a wonderful trade deal, and all we need to do is actually get out of the European Union, break our shackles, and then we will have this wonderful opportunity. Don't you think in the London Economic Action Partnership that President Trump's offer of a trade deal is going to be really, really good for London?
I don't know if anybody heard that question.
There were lots of people who were not wanting. Obviously, some people weren't wanting me to speak and put forward the positive case for Brexit. But I can repeat my question.
Do you want to put your question again?
I would be very happy to repeat my question again, because Brexit is a fantastic opportunity for the country, and particularly as we've seen with President Trump visiting the country this week and offering a trade deal to this country. Do you, representing LEAP, think that or see the opportunities of a trade deal for London?
Well, I haven't seen any opportunity in the last 3 years.
You don't think that a trade deal between the UK...
Businesses do not see Brexit as an opportunity, they see it as a threat.
I was asking you about the potential trade deal between the UK and the US. Do you see that as an opportunity?
What we are worried about is the risk of coming out of the single market, which we'll do as we walk out. We worry about the risk of leaving the EU without a deal, as we might do in October. That's what businesses are concerned about right now.
I think you're being a little bit too negative, Mr. Deputy Mayor, because
it's being realistic.
I mean, there are so many good things that have happened in the last 3 years since the referendum in economic terms. Foreign direct investment is up. Wages for workers are up. Employment is up. There's never been...
Sorry to interrupt my colleague. On a point of order, Chair, I'm struggling very much to hear both him and the Deputy Mayor's answers because of the constant barracking from Labour members. Could we please tone it down? I know it arouses strong emotions, but seriously, I can't hear a single word of what's being said because all I can hear is Labour members barracking the member in my ear.
I took that on when I just asked the member to repeat his question.
And it didn't seem to stop them, Chair.
And, well, if it doesn't stop them, then we'll keep on doing this, and then we'll stay here all day until the member can give his question in a way that we can all hear it.
Thank you.
Now,
Ask another,
no, I haven't. Can you sit down until I
Point
finish?
of order, please.
So, can I just ask the member, does he feel that he's been able to put his question now sufficiently?
Madam Chair, I feel very upset at the barracking and
Have you
harassment
been-
that I
do
was
you-
coming
Do
from
you
across
feel
the
you've
room.
been able to put your question appropriately, or were you disturbed by the noise coming from other
I was
members?
disturbed,
Okay,
Madam
okay,
Chair.
okay.
I was disturbed, and I do thank Assembly
okay,
Member
thank you.
Bacon for his support.
Well, as soon as I've dealt with this new standing order, I'm going to go back to you again, and I'm going to ask members to treat Assembly Member Kurten with the respect that he's treated all of you when you had your moment with the panel, and we'll do that in a moment. Who's got the, tell me which section of point of order.
Point of
What is
order
this?
is that because of the barracking from the members opposite, the member, Assembly Member Curtin, had to repeat his question, which I calculated lost him at least a minute of his time. And
I've just dealt with that.
I would
haven't
plead that we add a minute of time to his time.
Haven't I just dealt with that?
Right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Assembly Member Kurten, please put your question to our guest.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And if I could repeat my question, and I think I started off by saying, Deputy Mayor, that I think you were a little bit too negative in your last answer about Brexit, because in the last 3 years we've seen some wonderful effects and very positive effects to the economy. The employment is up. There's never been so many jobs in London as there has now. Visitor numbers to London are up. Wages for workers and labourers are up. Foreign direct investment is up. And there's more start-ups in London than ever before, even more than Paris and Berlin combined. So all of these things have happened in the last 3 years. Don't you acknowledge that there's all this good news and see that when we do actually have Brexit, there will be some more wonderful opportunities for our city?
Well, it's very clear in speaking to businesses that I've done. So I've spoken to thousands of businesses in the last 3 years. I haven't come across a single business which sees Brexit as an opportunity and are excited about it. On the contrary, businesses are really worried about leaving the EU. They're worried. They're already finding it difficult to hire workforce, in some of the key areas. They are worried about the fact that we might leave the EU without a deal in October, and they're worried about the fact that the uncertainty that it has caused in the last 3 years, with no clarity whatsoever from the government. I joined this job as the Deputy Mayor 6 days after the referendum. Things were clear as mud then, things are clear as mud right now for businesses.
Well, I mean, I do actually sort of agree with you on Theresa May and the way she's dealt with the process. If we had Nigel Farage in charge, I think that the process will be going far better, and there would be far more clarity in the process. But you say you haven't spoken to any businesses that are positive about Brexit. I spoke to one just 2 days ago because I went to a pub in Hammersmith, which has renamed itself the Trump Arms, and I went to speak at a celebration of President Trump's visit to the United Kingdom, and they are very, very positive about Brexit. So perhaps you need to speak to some different kind of businesses to get a different point of view, because I assure you there's a lot of excitement about Brexit, and as you know, 1.5 million people in this city voted to leave the European Union, which is more than voted for your boss, Sadiq Khan. So there you go, I'm afraid. I think there's a lot of support for Brexit in London.
That was a comment. I didn't hear a question.
Don't you agree?
Thank you.
Well, I don't know if this is the right forum. This is the LEAP related, I thought.
Yes.
Okay.
If you bring it into your statement, and you did into your opening statement, then it is a matter for questioning.